So one thing that the civilization doesn't understand about karma, I want to make this clear, right? Is that karma represents something that in one lifetime you do something that's not right. In the next lifetime you understand why. If you don't understand it in this lifetime, the next lifetime you understand what the problem was. Because the next lifetime you become the thing that you hurt, okay? Or the thing that you didn't understand about and you did something against, right? That's karma, right? So understanding both sides of it releases that karma so you don't do it again, so that doesn't happen again, right? So let me understand. So unless karma is released, the soul doesn't ascend. It stays trapped within this 3D slave prison, slave planet prison that the wealth class has created, right, for souls, right? This is what it is. Souls are basically here as slaves to the wealth class, never ascending, right? Now, this happens on an individual level, but it also happens in an entire civilization level. Now, think about it, right? You stick people into cages, right? You stick people into cages, right? For using plant medicine or the sale of plant medicine. Everything that's done for money, okay? Every crime that's committed is committed for money. So because money is more important than human life and the wealth class has created that, then people are put into cages, right? Right? People are put into cages, right? Because of money. Money is ultimately the cause of every crime, every problem we have in the civilization, right? So, now, with the soul not ascending, understanding that what they did is wrong, it never ascends because it just goes back and forth, being the persecutor and the persecuted. The persecutor, back and forth, because it never understands not to do it, right? Civilization-wise, right? How many years have you guys been putting people in cages for plant medicine? How many, or for money in general? Just in general, for the crimes, for money, right? How many people are sitting here homeless, right? While you devise a plan to get to Mars, right? How many people are starving and fucking and basically under the poverty level, right? While you decide that, hey, so if you're reincarnated as poverty people, right? And then reincarnated back as people that the wealth class that does it to them, right? Not the wealth class, the middle class, because the wealth class doesn't reincarnate. The wealth class is controlled by a group of fucking these interdimensional fucking parasites that are controlling the wealth class and making them be able to do what they do, right? Because human nature is not to do. The human nature is to share, right? And it was shared within a tribe, within a pack, right? You know, tribe people shared. You know, human beings profit. So the modern human being, right? So not releasing the karma individually, but also as a civilization, you don't release the karma because you continue doing this stuff for the wealth class. You continue doing this stuff to support a wealth system and the wealth caste system that creates a wealth, middle class, and poverty lines. Karma is never released. You as a civilization in mass will never ascend, will never evolve. You're stuck here. This is where every civilization before you got stuck. And guess what? After a while, Mother Earth says, goodbye, wipe them off. So that's something that people, even in the Hindu and the Buddhist religions, really don't understand because there's money involved there. Because anything that has money, even reincarnation within a group of believers that believe in reincarnation, even that in itself. Oh, thank you. Hold on a second. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Almost lost my, all right, almost lost my thing here. Got hot, so I had to take it off. So the civilization itself never evolves. It never ascends as a whole, not just individually as a human soul, but also as a mass. And the wealth class love that. Could they just keep you in that struggle as an existence, not understanding karma, not understanding how to release it individually and in mass, which then keeps them in power because they've learned how to reincarnate back into themselves. Get it? There's a way to reincarnate back. Ask the Buddhist and the Tibetan Buddha that describes it, how the Buddhists actually capture a soul as being released at death and brings it back into a baby, a child just being born. So that soul then is brought back into that same class, the Buddhist religion, the monks, the Dalai Lama, right? So the wealth class understands this and got a whole bunch of Buddhists to fucking paid a whole bunch of them or threatened them to kill them or something, whatever, to give them that information. They have it. they know how to reincarnate back into themselves. So the only people that suffer through this is the middle class and the poor, and that's the slaves, right? The house slave and no man, even the house slave was a house slave, right? Even the house slave was a house slave, he was still a slave, right? But there's nothing lower than the field slave, right? The one that does all the work, right? And that's what the poverty class is. That always reincarnates back and forth between itself and never ascends. Your souls, as human beings, that's why there's 8 billion of you now, here, as opposed to 8 billion of you somewhere else. Get it? Souls keep being created and brought in here, but then they get stuck here for what seems like an eternity, which is your heaven, your hell on earth instead of a heaven on earth that you've created you for yourselves, civilization. Namaste. Goodbye. Have a good day.